Twin-stick shooters are fun. They're generally so easy to just pick up and play, and they're perfect games for online leaderboards and challenging friends to beat your score. Son of Scoregasm is an excellent twin-stick shooter with some unique and clever ideas that make it addictive and a joy to play. Unlike other twin-stick shooters, the aim isn't just to shoot enemies. When I first started playing, I jumped into level 1 without playing the tutorial, and 3 times in a row I played and got a score of 0 despite killing all the enemies. I went back to the tutorial and learnt about the importance of the score multiplier. You have a pulse bomb that you unleash to kill enemies. But when you kill enemies with the pulse, they drop glowing green orbs that give you a score multiplier. You need to use the pulse first to build your score multiplier before you kill enemies with your gun and actually score points. The pulse can only be used a few times before it needs recharging, and you recharge it by killing enemies with your main gun. Halfway through each level the difficulty ramps up, so you have to consider the risk and rewards of using the pulse early to build your score multiplier, or save it for later when it can be used to protect you from death. I went into most levels aiming to just use half of my pulses at the start and save the rest for later, but when the action gets hectic, I just used it to save myself from death. When you finish a level, you can choose to next take on an easier level or difficult level. Each level has a score challenge, and I found myself replaying levels again and again to beat the score challenge, and then to beat the scores of others on the leaderboard. I spent 45 minutes playing one level just because I was so intent on beating the top score on the leaderboard, which I didn't do in the end. It's one of those games that when you say to yourself you'll have just one more go, you end up playing for an hour. I really like the graphics and the music. It's a top-down shooter, but the explosions and shining lights suit the style of the game perfectly. The levels aren't straightforward arenas. Each level has a unique challenge and obstacle to mix up the action. So on one level you're trapped in a small square by lasers and need to fight off enemies in that tiny area. There was a level where enemies on both sides are shooting a spiked log at you, and you need to use your gun to shoot it back at them. And there are boss levels too that have their own style. Starting a new level is like an action puzzle, where you need to figure out how to not just beat the level, but beat it in a way to rack up a high score. The reason this is a review impressions video rather than a full review is that I haven't finished the game yet. The game is so difficult to the point of being frustrating for some levels. But even though it's frustrating at times, I can't stop playing it because it's so addictive and fun. So would I recommend the game? Definitely. It's so much fun, it's so addictive and so different from other games in the genre. I can see this being a game that just stays on my Vita permanently and hop into whenever I have 10 minutes to kill. So guys, have you played Son of Scoregasm? What did you think of it, and have you got an impressive score to share? Leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.